Hello, this is Tim Cusick, the WKO4 product leader. I'm going to take you through a quick overview of setting up dashboards within your system with a lot of the discussion that we've been having on managing charts. So I have my WKO4, I'm on a PC. This is typically my minimal setup. I don't like a lot of clutter like most of you, so I set up dashboards, and I set up dashboards for the things I typically use. This is not actually an active athlete, so if you see some odd reports, just know it's what we call a sandbox athlete. So you can see here I have a training review dashboard, I have a power duration curve dashboard, and I have what I call a profile and a physio dashboard. These are the typical three that I have open at all times. Some I have 4, some I have 5. What a dashboard is basically a collection of different charts and all laid out in a dashboard format. Each one of these you can navigate to simply by clicking on the title. You see it lights up. Remember, anytime something lights up, you should click on it. It'll do something. By clicking on it, it will open that individual report. Once I see what I want to see, I do close my charts. That's kind of fun, and something that we need to do is close them. The reason dashboards work for me is I can take a quick look, and if something makes me like, wow, I need to look into that, I need to drill deeper, then I can in a very quick format. Oh, here's what I was looking for. Wow, look at all this decline, whatever I'm looking for, but you get the point. Once I see what I want, information, I close. The time saving of dashboards, if I don't see anything that highly specifically needs my focus, I tend to leave it be. Same with like my PD curve. I have numerous PD curves looking at here, and if you notice, it will move the cursor in conjunction. So if I lock at 5 minutes, I can look at all my reports. I just simply left-clicked in a in a PC. Now I can look at all my reports for 5 minutes. I run a bunch of PD curves. I'm always kind of thinking about performance. It's important to my moment-by-moment stuff. Now, what happens if you want to build your own dashboard? How do you do that? Well, let's click on our data clicker right here. Our chart library picker, our chart picker. I'm going to go and look at the different reports that are in here. If you notice, if you search by dashboard, you'll find some dashboards. We have a default dashboard, the athlete dashboard by Kevin Williams. That's the only one available, because the reality is we expect you to build your own from custom, but I think we might start adding a couple. So how do you add your own? Click on the little down arrow. We're going to create a new chart, and look, dashboard is an option. I'm going to choose dashboard. We see it open up a space. I'm going to go to configure, and I'm going to name this right off the bat my MMP dashboard. I already have one built, so I'm just going to build one for the group. Then I go to linked charts. I hit the plus button, and it will again launch my chart library. Now here I'm going to search MMP. You know what? And the first thing I want to be able to see in my MMP is a curve. So I double click that, and look, it's built it in here, and you see it open. Suddenly I've got a nice clean MMP curve. Now I'm going to hit the plus button again. It launches my chart library. I'm still looking for MMP charts. You know what? I want the weekly here also. So I'm going to hit that weekly. Now you see I'm building a chart dashboard. Now, I want a little more drill down. So let's see if I see MMP. Here's one by AC. So displays AC mean max power. So short-term mean max power, short numbers. So that'll take a little bit. Actually, that's a pretty intensive chart if I remember right. It takes a little bit to calculate. Now it's saved. And look here, I have 2 minute, 1 minute, 30-second power. So you can create a whole bunch of different, and you might want to mimic that for like, your FRC and this is actually older thinking AC, right? Or VO2 max if you use the classic zones. So I'm going to pick another one, right? I'm just going to keep looking, and I'm not you could build your own MMP, charts. Like here's a great one. This athlete might be training, or I like to keep this, and people have, elevation corrected MMP. So you might want to build that in there. Here's endurance MMP. Here's FTP MMP. So now look what's going to happen. Give that a second to calculate. I'll kind of get this out of the way. Now I have my short and my long MMP charts, right? So then I'm gonna pick one more because I think everybody's getting the idea, right? So I'm gonna search MMP. And again, if you're building your custom charts, search your My Charts and simply finds them by name. So it's a really simple process. Let's see, I might just do MMP cycling peaks here. This is everything kind of peaking. That's going to be, so this shows me all 60 minute, 20 minute, 5 minute. So that's what I want. So I'm going to close it. Let's just say those are the 5 I want. Always save your chart to My Charts. Now I have an MMP dashboard that suits my needs. And if I'm looking at it today and it's like, wow, I want to see that AC or those FTP MMP time ranges, all I have to do is double click on the title and then bam, there it is. I can do the specific drill down view that I want to do. When I'm done, I close the chart. I still have my MMP dashboard. I run 3 to 6, maybe 7, maybe 4 dashboards for each athlete. So I know there's a lot of requests for views, which means that you can just push the same button and everything comes across up top. We are looking at doing that. The reality is we see so much need for customization that doesn't save as much time as you think. Grouping your dashboards and thinking how you want to group your dashboards is important. I do mine by topics, but I also have some overarching dashboards by sport type. I just find I drift back to my topical dashboards. So here's a great way to keep it clean. Once saved, I could go to a different athlete. Now all I have to do is open. So here I'll go, let's go to Ben here. I'm going to hide those names. And let's just say, and you can see this is I'm always experimenting with something here, so you do get it. But if I go to my chart library, right, and I want to apply this to Ben, all I need to go is to My Charts here and just go dashboard. So there's all my dashboards available. So I wanted to use that MMP dashboard. Now I have that opened in Ben. Yeah, it looks really blank because I have this week, this rider doesn't have any data of recent, so things will be building in there and that we can see the different dashboard charts and stuff that are in the mix. Okay, that should be a pretty good example. Thanks.